Hey there, nerds. Jimmy Palmquist here. And on Friday, we posted some news about Tron. I love Tron. The original Tron is so awesome. I grew up with it. I remember seeing it on the Disney Channel all the time. Had the VHS. Just a phenomenal movie to me. Is it a perfect movie? No. But I absolutely love it. I love the characters. I love what it's trying to do. I feel like it was basically The Matrix before The Matrix. And even at the time, the special effects were groundbreaking, a la The Matrix, when Matrix came out. So when they announced the test footage from Comic-Con several years back, and we saw the footage, it was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then it even had Jeff Bridges in it. It was like, oh, Flynn truly does live. Fantastic. So finally, we got Tron Legacy released in theaters, directed by Joseph Kosinski. And to me, the first 45 minutes of that film is awesome. The setup, where we meet his son. We see what's going on with NCOM. We see that Dillinger's son plays a large role in NCOM. We see that Alan is on the board, but kind of pushed aside. Who cares? And then we see Flynn's son, Sam, which is cool to see how he came about. And if you read the comic books that led up to that, very good stuff. But after that first 45 minutes, as we kind of get further into the grid, it was not as entertaining as the setup. It was okay. I do like watching it and the rewatchability of it. I do think that was one of the best uses of 3D in a theatrical release. I loved that. But it just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. So when they announced Tron 3, I was like, awesome, because I think that will be able to take the elements that I really loved from Tron Legacy, and they were trying to get the old guys like me and then the new kids into this movie. Tron 3 maybe will be able to just kind of break it apart and do whatever it wants. Well, that fell apart. We know that. So on Friday, like I said, we announced that we got word that a new Tron movie is coming out. Technically, this will be, Tron 3, whatever they're going to call it. But it will not be connected to the other two Trons necessarily. And Joseph Kosinski is not going to come back to direct, or at least hasn't been invited to date, which I don't have a problem with. I'm not saying he did a bad job. I'm just saying I don't have a problem with that. I'm also not saying that I definitely need Steve Lisberger, who I think is a genius because he created the Tron world. I'm not saying we necessarily need him back. We don't have that creative team yet. But they are going to pull elements from that abandoned Tron script that was going to be Tron 3, and use a character named Ares, who's basically wreaking havoc in the grid. So what we have is Disney loves the grid, loves the idea of Tron. It wasn't as successful as they wanted it to be, so they're going to take elements from that universe, push the Flynn storyline aside, and introduce something new. And then on top of that, we're going to get Jared Leto, who is going to potentially star and help produce this thing. Nerds, I love this idea. Any way that I can get more Tron, I want more Tron. And if this leads to a combination of the two storylines so that we get to see Cillian Murphy as Dillinger's son do something, and we get to see Sam Flynn back in the storyline, and we bring Tron back into it, I am all about this. I want more. I loved the animated series that Disney put out. I thought that was fantastic. I love the characters. I love the story. And I love how that bridged the gap once again with Tron basically trying to train a protege. I love this world of Tron. And if it takes Jared Leto, who I do think is a phenomenally talented actor, I think he takes some weird roles, I think he does some weird things, but I think he's phenomenally talented. And if he has a passion for this and he wants to take Tron to the next level, I'm all about it. And if we get a good creative team, and if Disney sort of has learned here from the Marvel, Star Wars presence, get a great creative team together, put this process, get it out there. Look at Rogue One. It had issues. They went back and did some reshoots, made that story tighter, and it's a phenomenal movie. I want to see this. I hope Jared Leto can pull it off. I want to see Tron 3. I want to see this character Ares. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.